What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Welcome back to the Overwatch Agents, where we review match replays to try to catch the cheaters and throwers who ruin the game. If you have a replay to share where you think someone was cheating or throwing, you can send it to me along with the info on the screen. Let's get started. This match is a special treat because we have not one but two cheaters, Poison and Literal Bot, the D.Va and the Doomfist on the red team. It looks like they're both using the same aimbot, and what it does is it will snap to targets when they're attacking. So we're going to take a look at the Doomfist right here first, and I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. He's going to hit the Lucio and then uppercut, and then does an incredibly unnatural 180 where he can then hit the Echo as well. Now he's going to hit the Reinhardt a couple of times, and the way that a lot of these aimbots work is if there's a barrier in the way, then the aimbot will try to hit something else. So right here, the barrier is up, so the aimbot is looking for something else, so it snaps upwards to hit the Echo twice. Very obvious that that is an unnatural movement. That is from an aimbot. Here's the next one. He's going to jump off the top here, land a seismic slam, uppercut a couple of them. He's going to try to hit Roadhog a couple of times, and then he punches the Reinhardt. We're going to slow it down. Same thing is going to happen when Reinhardt's barrier goes up. It now snaps to a target, which is going to be the Lucio. It then actually snaps again over to the Roadhog when he uses his ultimate. Here's the last one I'm going to show you for the Doomfist. So the way this works is anytime he uses an ability, it tries to snap. So I'm going to move this to slow, and you're going to see that when he uses his uppercut, because the Reinhardt is closest to him, although it's directly behind him, it does a very unnatural 180 where he hits the Reinhardt. He also ends up hitting the Roadhog. Now, when he does this punch, it's going to end up doing another 180 snap right into the Reinhardt. So very unnatural, incredibly obvious that he is using an aimbot. Now we're going to take a look at the D.Va. This is easiest to see when she's in the mini D.Va form. So I'm going to slow this down for a second here. You can see that Ana's going to jump off. D.Va gets demech'd. And right now she has a lock-on onto that Ana. So I'm going to... You can see attacking through the wall. And then once the Ana is on screen, there's going to be a snap right there. And then numerous criticals. And then with the Roadhog, you're going to see the same thing. Snap. Snap. Snap again. Gets taken out, but you can see the snapping. Here's another great example. D.Va gets demech'd. You can see the snap over to the Lucio. And then this is where it really starts to be obvious. The snap over to the Reinhardt. And then the snap up to Echo. Now remember, because it's a projectile attack, it's not going to aim directly at the target. But you can see very clearly that it's snapping in an incredibly unnatural way. And there's a 180 snap over to the Roadhog. So very clear that both of these players are cheating and they need a permanent ban. When it comes to finding players who are throwing, it doesn't get much easier than this match replay. We're looking at not one, not two, but three players from the red team. We've got the Lucio, the Hammond, and the Ana. So we're going to start this up. I'm going to have it on 2x speed, because you're going to see very clearly that they're just going to keep jumping off the map. We're going to switch over to the Ana, who's going to be next. And then the Lucio, I believe. And then back to Hammond. And then Ana. And then Lucio. I think you guys are getting the point. Very easy. All three of these players very obviously throwing. They all need a permanent ban. In this match, we're going to be looking at two players that have been suspected of cheating. The first one is the Tracer on the red team, and I'm going to run this in half speed, and you're going to see it's pretty obvious where it's snapping from one target to the next. incredibly fast with no kind of wiggle to the crosshair or anything. You can tell that it's an aimbot that's moving the crosshair around. Now, there's something kind of interesting that I want to show you right here. There is a Genji that is going to dash over to this side, and you're going to see that when he dashes, the aimbot tries to follow him. And let me zoom out over here just so you can see. The Genji is over there, right up over here. So he was trying to aim through the wall in order to track the Genji. Here's another part of that match. Again, you're going to see the very obvious tracking and snapping. Where it's very, very quickly just kind of moving from one target to another in a very unnatural way. And then the final clip for this player, towards the end of the match, he switches to a soldier. And once more, you're going to see very clearly the snapping and the tracking of the aimbot. Moving back and forth between all the characters very, very quickly and unnaturally. There is no question whatsoever that this player is cheating and needs a permanent ban. The other player that was suspected of cheating in this match is the Widow on the red team, but I don't believe this person is cheating. And I'm going to show you why. So first of all, you can see that the movement appears to be very natural, where it's not snapping to the target at all. There's no kind of hard locking on the target like the other player. As far as a trigger bot goes, you can see that the crosshair was on the player the first time and it didn't attack. And it didn't actually attack him until the second time when the crosshair moved over the ash. And when he did move it over, he missed. So he finally gets a hit there, and that's just a body hit. And a complete miss right there. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And he's going to take a couple more attacks at, I believe it's a Genji who's coming up next. Okay. So we're going to look at this. And he goes in to attack the Genji. You can see him move his crosshair from here to attack. And then when he moves it, again, it comes over here. So this is not like some of the other aimbots that I've shown you where it will flick and then immediately return to the exact same spot. This is not doing that. This is him flicking over to the target, attacking, and then just kind of like pulling his mouse away. Because if you notice, he's going to do it again, except it's going to be in a different direction. So he moves it over to try to hit the Genji, but instead of going backwards like the previous one, it moves upwards. And then Genji comes up here and kind of spoils the fun for a second here. Let me speed this up a little bit. He ends up getting taken out. Move ahead. And he gets taken out again. We're in the next round. All right. So let's slow this down a little bit. And again, you're going to see... So what he's doing, I can see what this player is doing. He's moving the crosshair over to where the target is. He's pressing the button. But when he does that, he's also kind of pulling the mouse at the same time. So this is not the same kind of a flick situation that you see with some of the aimbots. So that was a very clear miss. And again, he attacks and he just kind of like pulls the mouse. So I don't believe... And that Ana was basically standing still at that point. I don't believe that this Widow is cheating at all. I don't see anything about a trigger bot because the crosshair has been over characters where it didn't attack. And also, there's no lock-on, there's no snapping, and the movement after the attack looks more natural because it looks like someone who's pulling the mouse. So in this match, the Tracer, who ends up playing Soldier later on, definitely 100% cheating. The Widow... not cheating. And that's going to be all of the matches for this video. Remember, if you see anyone that you suspect might be throwing or cheating in a competitive match, make sure you send it over. And also, if you see someone cheating just in any match, then you can send that over as well. I've seen people cheating in quick play in the arcade. I don't know why they would do that, but they do. And if you see it, send it over. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. You can get some cool gear, join my Discord server, or follow me on social media with the links down in the description below. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters, and remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.